A prayer can change even the impossible. So let's begin this workshop by seeking the blessings of Almighty with prayer song. Now I call upon M. Banushri from 3rd BSc Mathematics to sing the prayer song.
गणनायकाय घनदेवताय गणाध्यक्षाय धीमहि गुणशरीराय गुणमण्डिताय गुणेशानाय धीमहि गुणातीताय गुणाधीक्षाय गुणप्रवेष्टाय धीमहि एकदन्ताय वक्रतुण्डाय गौरीतनयाय धीमहि गजेशानाय बालचन्द्राय श्रीगणेशाय धीमहि. Thank you.
To bid a genial welcome to everyone who have joined this 2 days national level workshop on the topic Decision Support System for COVID-19, organized by the Head Department of Mathematics, Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women, and Internal Quality Assurance Cell. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today with us. I am T. Nandini, Secretary, Department of Mathematics. I have the privilege of being here host for this workshop. The main aim of the workshop is to bring young and experienced researchers in subject related to decision support system. The workshop targets the participants to exchange new ideas and recent development in decision support system for COVID-19. It is to obtain knowledge towards recent development in the field of decision support system. Now, I would like to invite Dr. R. Esther Felicia Ma'am, Head Department of Mathematics, to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening to one and all present here. It's given me an immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to the Chairman and Managing Trustee, Krishnaswamy Educational Trust, our Dean, Dr. R. Revati Ma'am, Principal, Dr. Anita Rajendran Ma'am, and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell. I extend a pleasant welcome to our eminent guest of honor, Dr. A. Felix, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, School of Advanced Sciences, Vellore Institute of Technology, Chennai, for this 2 days international level workshop on decision support system and spectral graph theory. The COVID-19 has been considered a pandemic due to its rapid spread, increasing the number of affected cases and causing severe health issues and deaths all over the world. To overcome this COVID-19, two different decision support systems for COVID-19, such as inference system and record method based on fuzzy entropy, will be discussed in this presentation to create the awareness among the people. It's my great pleasure to welcome such a noted personality as a resource person for today's session on decision support system for COVID-19. I welcome all the participants from various colleges who seek to enlighten themselves from this valuable session. Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Anita Rajendran Ma'am, Principal, Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women, to deliver the special address.
Yeah, a very good afternoon. I congratulate the Department of Mathematics and Internal Quality Assurance Cell for organizing this webinar, national webinar on decision support system and spectra graph theory. Big congratulations to the department, especially to the head. And I take this opportunity also to thank Dr. A. Felix and Miss Dr. S. Lavinia for being the special person, resource person for today's program. Every day our college is doing one webinar or the other to inculcate new knowledge and to spread all the awareness that is needed for today's generation. Teachers are doing a great work in this. I take this opportunity to congratulate each and every staff of my college and thank them for taking this effort. Thank you, and I hope the session will go on very well. It will be very enlightening for all the participants. Thank you all.
I would like to invite, yes, Yasmin from 2nd BSc Mathematics to deliver the introduction of our resource person.
A very good evening to all of you. It's give me an immense pleasure to start a favorable occasion on behalf of Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women, coordinating with the Department of Mathematics and IQAC, conducting a workshop on Decision Support System COVID-19. Stars shine bright at night, but some stars shine bright at daylight. It's a pleasure to welcome one such star. Today, we welcome our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. A. Felix, sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics from Schools of Advanced Science, Vellore Institute of Technology. He has completed MSc, BSc, MPhil, and PhD with highly commended in the year 2015 April from Loyola College, Chennai. He has a good experience in teaching as an assistant professor and lecturer. Dr. A. Felix has been research on fuzzy model and its application for and received awards for outstanding scientist given by Very Good Technology and Young Researcher Award Fuzzy Model given by Integrated Intelligent Research. Under his guidance, 6 scholars pursuing PhD degree. He has published many scientific publications and various diffusification methods for trapezoidal dense fuzzy steps advanced in mathematics. Scientific journey DMATL techniques to analyze the solid waste management, advanced in smart grid technology. He has been invited by many workshops and delivered talk on fuzzy number and its application in Loyola College and also delivered talk on numerical method using R and MATLAB in Valliyamai Engineering College. He has been published books on Latin square design and their application, preparatory course for RCSC examination. He has also been a sub-editor for International Journal of Data Mining Techniques and Application and also sub-editor for International Journal of Business Intelligence. Dr. A. Felix has been a reviewer for Journal of Ambient Intelligence and Humanized Computing, Soft Computing. He has been a coordinator for the workshop on fuzzy logic and image processing through MATLAB organized by the Schools of Advanced Science VIP and organizing secretary for the National Conference on Pure and Applied Mathematics and also joint secretary for Indo-Bhutan National Conference on GNH for the year 2012 and 13 in Loyola College. With this amazing person, we are proud to be the part of the section. A warm greeting to all our department faculty students to coordinate with the workshop. Thank you all.
So it's quite an exciting session we have ahead, and I truly hope that the session will be informative and useful for all of us. Now, I'm signing off by requesting our resource person, Dr. A. Felix, sir, to take over the session.
Thank you. Is my screen visible? Hello. Are you able to see my screen?
No, sir.
Could you see that now? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you, my dear students, for your wonderful introduction about me. At the outset, I would really thank the Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women for organizing and inviting me for this workshop. And I also thank the principal of the college, Dr. Anita Rajendran, Dean of the college, Dr. R. Revati, IQSC coordinator, Dr. J. Radha, Dr. R. Esther Felicia, Head Department of Mathematics, for providing this wonderful opportunity to interact with all my students. I always believe that when you share your knowledge, the knowledge will be proliferated and multiplied. Though you share your the money, still you have the same amount of money. But consider that everyone has the idea. When you share your idea, the knowledge will be multiplied and your knowledge will be proliferated. So I'm happy to give a lecture on decision support system for COVID-19. Initially, when Dr. Felicia approached me to give a talk on graph theory, and we just started fuzzy graph theory along with my scholar. I'm not confident enough to give a lecture on this particular. Therefore, I was thinking that why don't we give something related to the problem that we are facing. So I believe this talk really would be aid all of us. Decision support system for COVID-19, and we may be experiencing in it. So our parents, our grandparents were good enough taking a decisions, but we are poor at it. That's what I've been receiving from my students and from my friends as well. Why we are poor at taking a decision? And we may also say this: our parents are good in taking a decision. The thing is that they have only limited number of alternatives. Only the choices are very, very limited. One or two choices are there, and if they are asked to choose, they can easily choose. So no complexity would be there. But for us, this generation, and if you want to buy a mobile phone or anything, you have a plenty of alternatives. A lot of choices are there. We are confused in choosing what can be chosen. Okay, and also we are also we may not have a good enough experience on buying this, but our ancestors, they have a very good vivid knowledge or good experience on that. Okay, so at current scenario, at we the generation, we have a lot of choices and lot of alternatives. Okay, so in this case, and we are not able to take a decision. How one can take a decision? If you are able to take a decision on time, then you will be the successful person. Okay, so you can take a decision with your experience. Okay, so whatever you are gaining with your experience, that you can make a model. Okay, that is the decision support system. And one of my students were there at the VIT Vellore. you know he wanted to do some business. So what he asked, he went and asked his father that I want to do some business. Said he gave some amount to him, and he started a business, and ultimately he lost the business. And again he approached his father, father, I lost everything. Then his father immediately congratulated him. Oh, good, my dear child. Okay, and if I give the same money to you, if you start the same business, would you be able to run the show successfully? He said, yes, I can. So he said, what are the mistakes that he has done from the failure? He learned it. From the mistake, definitely you won't commit the same mistake. With this experience, he can run the business well, and he successfully, run the business. So everything, from our failure, we can learn. From our failure, we can what is gained experience. That experience can be converted in terms of the model. Okay, so even anything, if you want to do from the experimental analysis only, we are able to build a model. Okay, so at present we are facing the COVID-19, this. So at the past 20 years, we had been witnessing two kinds of epidemics. One is SARS COVID, another one is MERS COVID. SARS, that was originated in the China, and where 8,000 cases were diagnosed, in which the fatality rate, the death rate was 9.6%. Okay, this was happened in 2003. And MERS COVID, it happened, it was initiated Saudi Arabia in 2012, and where 2,400 cases were diagnosed, but the fatality rate was really, really high. That was 34.4%. But after 7 years, in 2019, so the COVID-19 was originated at China, and still it has been continued. We are all facing this kind of situations. So I would like to tell you here, so we the humans should adopt this kind of environment, then only we are able to survive. And this, the dinosaur, such a situations, it was not able to adapt to the environment. Therefore the dinosaur family were completely perished. So we the human, we have we are capable enough to convert or to change any kind of environment. Okay, So we should definitely, we can overcome this kind of situation. But the thing is, overall, prudent enough to face this, they are able to survive. Okay. And begin at 2019 till now, and we could not find what would be the exact sign or exact symptoms of the COVID-19. For somebody, it will show the some kind of sign, or for some of them, fever, fatigue, dry cough, and tiredness. These are the sign would be there. But finding this is the exact sign is not an easy task for us. There are a lot of uncertainty involved in determining the symptoms of the COVID-19. Therefore, here what we are going to do to solve this kind of uncertainty, some mathematical concept that we need, fuzzy sets. So we are going to design a decision support system for this COVID-19 under this fuzzy sets. Okay, I hope this, I've seen many of you third BSc mathematics students were there. I've seen in the chat box. So what I like to do, I'll go with some preliminary concepts. If you are good enough at the preliminary concepts, you can build any kind of models. So for my talk, before I would like to start my talk, I would like to give this apple to all of you. So whenever I begin some soft computing system, I used to offer this apple. So since it is a COVID situation, doctor advises to increase our immune system. So apple would increase. I hope this, you can take this apple and taste it. Okay. The outline of my presentation would be introduction to fuzzy sets, extension of fuzzy sets, membership functions of fuzzy sets, and two different decision support systems that we are going to do here. One is fuzzy inference system and Vigar entropy, and what are the current trends is there that we will also be discussed. Okay, so I give an apple to you. Is it tasty? And you can answer this into two ways, either yes or no, isn't it? This is what the logic is, Boolean logic. And another question I would ask, how far it is tasty? And where you cannot answer with the two answer, yes or no. You can really give the intensity, the level of taste, or the real feelings of the taste that you are able to give. Yeah, the apple was very much tasty. The apple was little tasty. No, it is not tasty at all. Like this, we the human has a tendency to express the exact feelingness of the particular. But at your Boolean logic, you cannot do that. You can give it exactly either yes or no. And that's what, my dear friends, you will be learning at the discrete mathematics in the first chapter itself. You can have the logic. Logic is the declarative sentence. It has only two values, either true or false, but not both, not in between. Okay, this is what you'll learn. But with this two value logic, you cannot see the real feelings of the tasteless apple, something you need. Okay, so that is through this fuzzy logic, you can really find it out how far the apple is tasty. Okay. Okay, that's what at classical set you have learned. Class set is the collection of well-defined distinct objects. Okay, so the same way the logic also, you can represent a declarative sentences, or the truthness of the statement can be represented as a true value, either true or false, but not both. With a set, you can tell how far, whether an element belonging to the set or not, whether an element belonging to the set or not, that you can tell in terms of the set aspects. If you talk in terms of how far an element belonging to the set under some kind of uncertainty environment. For example, if I make the set of all boys who are attending this workshop, I can easily make it, or set of girls who are attending this workshop. So the set is very clear. And if I make the set of all intelligent girls who are attending this class, now you will be getting confused whether you will belong to the set or not. The intelligent in the sense, you will be confused. And we have kind of criteria. Based on the criteria or assessment, we may keep this level of, or this percentage of students are intelligent. I may keep the people who scored 90 plus who are intelligent. Then another question will come, what about 85, 82? Are they not intelligent? Are they not closer to 90? Such a question would arise. Yeah, your fuzzy set will tell you an element, how far an element belonging to the set. Okay, at classical test, you would be giving the belongingness either 0 or 1, but at fuzzy sets we will be giving the grade between 0 and 1. So this fuzzy set was introduced by Lord Alizadeh, but before him, so many great philosophers were looking this Boolean logic in terms of the tri-valued and multi-valued logic as well. So, and you may also seen this paradox. If a liar says I'm a liar, whether he speaks truth or not. And if you say he speaks truth, but he's called as a liar, he never speaks truth, but he accepts himself as a liar, but he may speak true, but you cannot bring the statement into true value logic. It is a paradox. Something, the value is there between 0 and between yes or no, or between 0 and 1. Okay, this fuzzy sets were introduced by Lord Alizadeh in the year 1965. It is defined like this. Okay, so X A is the fuzzy set, which is the subset of your universal discourse. Every element of X maps between 0 and 1. Okay, I would always believe that we are not in the world of exactness. We are in the world of the partial fulfillment. Okay, we are tending to the partial approximation. We are not tending to the exactness. Okay, if element belongs to the set, then it is 1. If does not belonging to the set is 0. If X is partly in X, then the membership grade would be taking between 0 and 1. Okay, the fuzzy set will always represented like this: X comma mu of A of X. Okay, every element of X will be given kind of grade. This grade would tell you how far an element belonging to the set. Okay, fine. And you would ask me, even at the probability also, the value takes between 0 and 1. At fuzzy set also, the values are taking between 0 and 1. Then what is the difference between this fuzzy sets and probability theory? You would ask me. Okay, there is a difference, but those days, this kind of the uncertainty, this kind of the complexity is dealt with the probability theory. But in all the uncertainty, this probability theory would not aid you or would not help you at all. Okay, something you need. This is that something is called the fuzzy sets. Okay, so I'll tell you, I've given the apple to you. Okay, suppose, what is the guarantee that I would get the apple in the market? Depends upon the situations, either winter season or summer, autumn. Depends upon the situation, you can determine the probability of getting the apple. Okay, but look at this. What is the guarantee that the apple is available in the market? Only one class is there available of the apple in the market. But another question I would like to give you: what is the guarantee that the apple is tasty? Tastiness is very person to person. Some people say it would be very tasty, some people would say the moderate level, some people would say very low level tasty, low level tasty, and no tasty at all. So look at this: the apple is classified into the high level tasty, very high, low level, moderate, no level tasty. So many classes are there. The probability is dealt with only one classes. Okay, the event should be in one classes, but look at this here, the event are in the different classes. So this kind of situation cannot be dealt by your probability theory. So that can be dealt by your fuzzy sets. Okay. Okay. And initially when fuzzy sets were introduced, a lot of controversy were there. It was not accepted at all by the great eminent mathematicians. But its application, given a lot of direction and given a joyful thing to all the people. So mostly Japanese people who are using this fuzzy sets, and it has been applied in all the phenomena: data classification, decision analysis, robotics, okay, time series prediction, pattern recognition. At Japan, the Sendai subway 1000 and series train was trained by the fuzzy logic. Okay, through the fuzzy logic, the train speed system is framed. So that was developed by Itachi. The smoothness of the starts and stops of the train was better than the human controlled acceleration. It acts 10% better than the human efficiency. Okay, and even you can witness the lot of applications of the fuzzy logic. You can see at the washing machine and the fan. Everything comes under the applications of your fuzzy sets. Okay, the fuzzy sets would give the direction for membership alone. And if you take the 1 minus of membership, it will give the non-membership, but it won't deal with the hesitancy part. I'll tell you the situation. Suppose doctor, diagnosing some particular disease, and he would say the curability rate of a disease, this percentage. Okay, suppose the doctor says that the curability of a particular disease is 60%. Okay, which means it's 0.6. The non-curability rate is 10%, that is 0.1. And what would be the remaining? What is it? 1 minus of 0.6 minus 0.1, 0.5. What is 40%? This 40% could not be diagnosed whether it comes into the curability case or non-curability case. That non-deterministic position comes under the intuitionistic physicists. This is introduced by Antonesov in the year 1983. Every element of A will have the membership grade and non-membership grade and hesitancy as well. Okay, membership non-membership grade takes value between 0 and 1. The sum of the membership and non-membership degree lies between 0 and 1. The hesitancy is 1 minus of membership and non-membership. Okay, and you would also ask me, if the sum of membership and non-membership greater than or equal to 1, what will happen? Suppose the doctor says, the first doctor's opinion, doctor says the particular disease can be cured with this 6%. Another doctor would say the non-curability rate is 7%, 70%. So 0.6 plus 0.7 would be 1.3. That is a greater than 1.1. So in this case, 1.3, it is greater than 1. In this case, so whether intuitionistic physicist would aid. Okay, so this, what is it? Membership plus non-membership greater than or equal to 1. This is called second type of intuitionistic physicist. Okay, people are also working. Okay, so many spherical and then picture physicists. So many physicists are there. Depends upon the situation that they are making. Okay, and that's what, my dear friends, whenever you want to do new things, first thing you need to understand whether they are logically correct or not. Okay, if they are logically correct, then you can go for the system. If they are logically failure, then we cannot go for the system. Okay, good. So as I said, okay, so physicist, since third year students are there, the first simple example for you, as I said, as I've also given the intelligent and the set of all girls in the class and set of all intelligent girls in the class. From this, you would pursue where or why do we need this physicists. Okay, so another example that I would like to give you. Okay, another 5 minutes I'll be spending a time here, and then I'll go for the model. Okay, so set of all tall people. So you are saying this, the people who are height is 5.10 who are tall. Then immediately the question will come, what will be the person whose height is 5.9? Does he not tall? And another question will come, a person height 7 feet. 7 feet is also we are giving membership grade 1, and 5.10 is also we are giving membership grade 1. Then what is the difference that we need to show for the person height is 7 and 5.10? Such a question would come. But here, it is a crisp. You will be giving the membership grade between, either 0 or 1. But here, between 0 and 1. So instead of giving this, you can, the 5.10 maybe the membership grade is 0.7, and then 7, whose height is 7, you may give the membership grade 1. Less than 7, you can decrease the membership grade. If you give, then it would be the good or nice to see that. Okay, we are giving the what is it? The difference between the person height is 5.10 and 7. Okay, and these are the preambles of the fuzzy membership functions there. You would ask me that how the membership grade is given. Okay, so so far we are using this triangular and trapezoidal. These are the two fuzzy numbers are being utilized by the researchers. Even if you look at the system at the MATLAB, these are the two fuzzy numbers. And then the typical structure is the bell-shaped curve. These two structures are coming from the bell-shaped curve. Okay, so this bell-shaped curve, from this we obtain this triangular and the trapezoidal. All the curves are from this, and then people are also working at the higher dimension, that you can work it out. Okay, so this you can obtain the uncertainty at the point, whereas this is uncertainty at the interval. Okay, suppose you are interested in buying a watch for exactly 500 rupees. You cannot get the watch exactly for 500. Okay, sometimes you go for the market, you may also get 600 or 400. Okay, and also you can see whether you like it or not. Okay, so you cannot get exactly 500. There is uncertainty at a point. Then if you're making the grade, the satisfactory level of buying a watch, you should also be satisfied in terms of the cost, as well as in terms of that should also be liked. Okay, and then instead of going for the single point, you can also go for the interval. If you get the watch from 475 to 525, would be happy. Okay, and then sometimes you may also get the watches for 450, and here also you may get for 500. Okay, but cost wise, when the cost increases, the satisfactory level will also be decreased. When the cost is decreases, the quality would also be decreased. Therefore the membership grade would be decreased. So these are the two fuzzy numbers, or membership functions, or predominantly used. Okay, so this is triangular, trapezoidal, Gaussian, bell-shaped, sigmoidal curve. Okay, coming back to the expert system, as I said, I've given one of my student who started a business. Initially he failed. Okay, from this experience he learned what are the mistake that he has committed. He won't repeat again. Okay, from this experience, he what is it? He started a business. Now he is successful. So yeah, all the thing starts from the failure. So nobody would start the business without a failure. From the failure alone, you will learn the mistakes, and you learn the lesson. From this, you will do your business well. Okay, so the successful person's the business or his brain can be made as in terms of the system, artificial intelligence system. Okay, so that in all the situation, for example, diagnosing any particular disease at a rural side, doctor may also not easily available. So what we can do, we can create a system which mimic how the expert doctor would think. If you do this, then we can take the report, then easily we can get the report of anything from the laboratory. If you feed into the system, and it would tell you this level, this particular disease would be, then we can make a call to the doctor that this is what the system shows, then what I have to do. So based upon the doctor direction, we will take the medicines, and the disease can be cured. So that's what the fuzzy expert system is. Fuzzy expert system is a knowledge-based system. It can be formed by combining the knowledge of the multiple human experts. Okay. So initially, the fuzzy cognitive maps. Before in the cognitive maps, Axelrod introduced, and then combining fuzzy concepts. Costco has done a dramatic change, combining neural network and fuzzy logic together. So this mimics how the human thinks. Okay. So he has contributed many things. And then fuzzy inference system, the Mamdani Sujono method is there. But here in this presentation, we will be learning inference system, fuzzy inference decision support system, and then multi-criteria decision support system. These are the two systems that we are going to learn. Okay, fine. So inference system, this you would have been told. Okay, so in your experience, who would be the best doctor? Anyone? Can anyone unmute yourself and talk? The one who introduced me, that girl, can you tell me who is the best doctor in your experience? Hello? Yes?
My mother, sir.
Yeah, very good. And of course, mother will always very good doctor. Whenever we make a mistake, she alone corrects. Okay, she's the wonderful example. Okay, mother. And I'm telling, whenever we feel sick, so what we used to do, we go and meet the doctor, correct? So in your experience, this is the doctor would be the best, always better in your life. So who would be that doctor? Why?
That
Okay.
is Dr. D. And then homeopathy doctor, sir, my grandfather.
Okay. Okay, fine. So you are having, you consider that you are suffering fever. So immediately, what your grandfather would do? Will he ask question, or he will make you to talk?
Make me to talk, sir.
Yeah, good, exactly. I hope your grandfather definitely would be the good doctor. The good doctor and the good teacher should always make the patient and student to talk. Okay, so from this, whatever the input that they are giving, we can link them, whatever the statement that they are given. And from our experience, your grandfather has come across this kind of situation already. So from his intuition, he can easily diagnose that she has this kind of fever. She might have taken ice cream or chocolate, therefore she may get the cold for it. So therefore this particular medicine will cure for her, because he knows from his experience he can do this. Without experience, suppose a newly doctor, okay, he started a clinic there, will he go there? Without experience he could not diagnose. And that's the reason, before we start a clinic, he has to, what is that, get experience from the experienced doctor under the situation, what kind of medicine that we need to cure. Okay, fine. Of course, the good doctor should always make the patient to talk. From their input, he has to diagnose. Very good. This is what here we are going to make it in the inference system, in the decision support system. Okay, decision support system, nothing but the experienced, the doctor or experienced person view can be merged together and design a system. Okay, so this fuzzy inference system is a computer paradigm based on fuzzy set theory and if-then rules and fuzzy reasoning. Okay, this system is designed from the expert knowledge or from the available information, from the available data. Okay, if you go to the hospital, you have data, you can get the data. From the data or from the doctor's opinion, you can frame the system. Okay, there are plenty of names are there for this fuzzy inference system. Okay, this inference system is a system that uses fuzzy set theory to maps the input and outputs. Here, the input, what are the thing that she spelled out? I have a fever, I have eye irritation, I have what is it, headache. Why this headache comes? Everything, the patient would talk. This is the input: headache, fever, and eye irritation. These are the input for the doctor. And from this, you diagnose whether he has a viral fever or some other fever. That is the output. Okay, fine. Okay. So the first thing here, the intensity level of fever. Level of fever, we may not sure. So the fever can also be classified into, what is it, high level fever, low level fever, moderate, medium level fever. Similarly, headache, the severity level of headache can also be classified. So whatever the input the patient gives, that input will be classified. Okay, whatever the input you are giving, suppose fever, this is the input, first input. This can be classified as low level, medium level, high level fever. Similarly, all the input factor will be framed, and then this parameter will be connected through the connectiveness. Okay, in English we have the connectiveness. The atomic statements can be connected with the and or connectiveness. Okay, if then and if and only, these are the connectiveness that we have. Using this connectiveness, this all the input variables are combined, and then for this input, what really infer. Okay, that inference, that consequences can be obtained through the experience or from the available data. We are making the rules. If fever is low and headache is high, and what is it, tiredness, body tiredness this much, then viral fever, low level grade. Like this we can frame a rules. The rules can be framed by the implication, if then rules. If this is the input, then what would be the complication? Okay, so P, consider this is your antecedent, and Q is your consequences. So this is the input. Through this input, what it infers. Okay, that we will be doing here. And then the output will be getting, the output should also be falsified and give as the output. Okay, so this is the inference system. Fine. Okay, at framing an inference system, first thing you need to frame a rule. So for diagnosing typhoid or diagnosing COVID-19, you need to frame a rules. So whether you have a what is it, cold or infection in the throat, or so we will be making lung infected or not, we have to frame a rules, and then falsify the input and provide the suitable membership function, and all the inputs will be combined through the connectiveness. and that will give the strength. Okay, if you are either you can use the conjunctive or disjunctive. Okay, and operation or operation. If and means what is that? Minimum. This is the maximum of the input will be taken. Okay. And also we will be finding the firing strength using the minimum or maximum of it. Okay. So combining all the consequences, we get the output distribution, and the output distribution will be defactified. For instance, you can say this is the rule 1, this is our rule 2. Okay, this is the fever, and consider this is the headache. Okay, so these are the two input that we are taking. The fever level is this much, and the headache level is this much, and these two inputs are combined through the AND operation, and by combining them, okay, so by combining through the AND operation, this is the output we obtain. Another rule, if the fever is this much and headache is this much, combine these rules and we get this the output. And these two output are combined. Okay, this is the out. So this can be obtained by the through the defactification. Okay, through the defactification we can obtain the crisp output. Okay, fine. And as I said here, you're connected to connectiveness and an or. Okay, these are the two connectiveness that are being used, and also we have used defactified. Okay, we have used defactified. Fine. And or, these are the two operations that we are using. Okay, so and is nothing but the minimum between two fuzzy sets. Okay, so many operations are there, so many things are there. Okay, the product between two membership function. Okay, so Lukowitz conjunction, immature conjunction, and similarly OR operation. OR is nothing but the minimum between them, minimum between these two. Okay. Okay. So this is also called as T-co norm. Yes. No. Okay. Similarly, OR operation, the maximum between two membership grade and product of this. And you would also see in this inclusion exclusion principle in your statistics. Okay. So for truth table for Boolean OR, so what you can do, okay, if you find any one is there between two statements, you can one, and if two false, two atomic statements are false, then the R would be false. Okay, for R, you know this, what would be here? A and B are classified with this. Okay, A, B is 0, 0, A is 0, B is 0.25, in which the maximum would be taken. R is the maximum. Okay. Similarly, Lukowitz disjunction and immature disjunction, Einstein disjunction, these are the things are there. The interested people, you can work it out in this disjunction. Okay. So this is the negation, no need for it. And here I can spend time here. Fuzzy entropy. This entropy would help you how far the set is fuzzy. Okay. If the level of fuzziness can be measured through the entropy. Okay, consider this is your fuzzy set, and if you want to find out the entropy of it, we can obtain through 0.2499. Fine. Okay. And the rules are created through the if-then conditions. Okay. If temperature is high and humidity is high, then room would be is hot. So these are the two connectiveness. Okay, two atomic statement. Temperature is high, humidity is high. These two atomic statements combine through the AND, so that you will be getting the compound statements. Okay, then the room is hot. Another if-then is the another connectiveness. Okay, fine. And these are the fuzzy sets, you know, large, small, old, young can be fuzzified, and then, you know, we can defuzify them. As I said, you know, these are the two rules that we have taken, the two rules with corresponding output. If you combine the output distribution, and if you defuzzify, you know, these are the defuzzification is there available. So many defuzzifications are there in which we could not determine what would be the best. There are plenty of defuzzification is there, and you know, identifying this defuzzification is best is not an easy task. So all the defuzzification acts according to the situation. So center sums method, center of gravity, weighted average method, maxima method. here I will tell only one center of sums method. Rest of them, I'll share this PPT to all of you. You can have a glimpse at it, because I have to spend another 20 minutes at the designing the model. Okay. So look at the center sums method. So, okay, those two rules, look at this, those two rules are combining. This is the output distribution. From this output distribution, how one can be defalsified. Okay. So this is nothing but sum of AI into xi bar by sum of AI. So here AI represent the firing strength. This is the represent the firing strength. Okay, this xi represent the center of the area. Okay, center of the area. So let us see this. Okay, we know how to determine the area of the trapezium. Okay, trapezoidal, you know, is half into h into the base of the bottom as well as the upper. Okay, so half into h into a plus b. Okay, a1 half, the height is 0.5, the a1 is height is 0.5, and then the base bottom 8 minus 1, the length of the bottom is 8 minus 1 plus, you know, the top base would be, what is that, 7 minus 3, this is 2.75. Similarly, you can find it out for a2. Okay, okay, so and then you can, here you can find it out the x1 bar. Okay, x1 bar is 7 plus 3 by 2, 5, and then here 7 plus 4, sorry, 8 plus 4 by 2, that is 6. So the defalsified value a1 into x1 bar, a2 x2 bar by a1 plus a2. Okay, applying this, so we would be getting the defalsified value for this falsified one is 5.35. Okay, so this is the center sums method, center of gravity, and then center of weighted average method. Okay, so maxima method, these are the methods are there. So many more than plenty of defalsification techniques are there. The interested people, you can work it out at the defalsification. Okay. Okay, coming back to the COVID-19 cases. So at present, this number of COVID-19 cases are there. As I said, you know, in the last 20 years, we had been witnessing two different kind of COVID, SARS-CoV and MERS-CoV. Okay, so from the SARS, this COVID-19 virus was developed. It is originated in Wuhan, you know. So, and of course here the family contains 4 types of families, something alpha, beta, gamma, and delta. So alpha, beta is for mammals, and gamma, delta are mammals, both mammals and birds, I think. So since this COVID-19, you know, quickly transmittable, that spreads all over the world. Okay, in the short span of time, it spreads the entire world. So you know what, all the countries plan to go for the complete lockdown. You know, for the complete lockdown, you know, due to this complete lockdown, we were all facing, even the entire country and the entire citizen were affected, both mentally and financially. Okay, so to overcome this, you know, all the state governments were given instruction by the you know, central government that uh, you can take a decision to relax this curfew, relax this lockdown. Okay, so you know what, all the state governments are advised, you look at the intensity level, look at the risk factors of the COVID-19, and then you can relax. So after assessing, analyzing the risk factors of the COVID-19, they have relaxed. Okay, fine. And if you look at the risk factors, of the most common risk factors is comorbidity. So which means the person with the more than one health issue, diabetes, cardiovascular, and then hypertension. These are the diseases a person has, and that is comes under comorbidity. India is the second populated as well as the second leading country in the diabetes patients. Okay, the undiagnosed diabetes leads to many complications, even the heart and kidney, brain, eyes. Okay, so the undiagnosed diabetes leads to many complications. And if you look at the report revealed by the Medical College of Jaipur, and in which 42.5% cases of COVID are from hypertension, asthma 16.4%, diabetes 39.7%, and then kidney problem, heart disease 13.7%. Okay, even the what is it, tuberculosis 20.5%. Okay, and also they have revealed that the world fatality rate of more than 60 years is 53.4%. It also revealed 27.8% and 22.1% of corona patients died with the diabetes and hypertension respectively. Okay, so those who have this diabetes, and they should, they should be very careful. Okay, so here what we have done, actually I thought to make an inference system for this COVID-19, as my scholar is doing the fuzzy inference system for COVID-19. Since the article has not been published, so it is not good to present here. Therefore, what we have done, what we made already, the fuzzy inference system for type 2 diabetes mellitus, that we are using, because this is one of the major risk factors of COVID-19. So therefore, here the inference system is made for type 2 diabetes mellitus. And then at the end, I will also suggest how the inference system can be created for this COVID-19. Okay, fine. So this algorithm goes like this. The first thing, you need to identify the input factors. What are the input factors and output factors? Okay, so all the input factors should be classified into the linguistic terms, or should be classified into low level, medium, high level, like this. Output should also be classified and provide the suitable membership function. So as I've given, as we have seen, triangular, trapezoidal, Gaussian, so many membership function that we have seen. Okay, the first step, you need to identify how many input factors. Okay, and then divide them into linguistic terms and provide the suitable membership function. And third step, you can create the strings. Okay, the input string. Okay, and then connect through the connectiveness and OR operation, and provide the use consequences. Okay, we frame a string, and then we calculate the firing strength by the AND operation, and what would be the use consequences, and then finally, we defuzzify the output. Okay, the whatever it provide the output would be the required diagnosis. Okay, fine. So this is the example that I have taken. Here the 5 input variables for diagnosing type 2 diabetes mellitus. One is age, high density lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein, body weight, physical activity, or 5 input factors are chosen, and 1 output, that is the health conditions, are taken. And then all the input and output parameters are classified into linguistic terms, and we provide the suitable membership functions. Look at this. The age is the first factor. Age is classified less than 20 adolescent, and 15 to 35 young, 30 to 50 middle, 46 to 65 old, more than 65 is very old. And this is how the age is classified, and we also provide the suitable membership function for all the the variables. So look at this. This is done through the trapezoidal membership function. Okay, fine. Okay, you can see this. Okay, similarly, the high density lipoprotein, low density lipoprotein, body weight, physical activity are classified, and the output is classified into 7 linguistic terms. Okay, this is we have classified. Okay, and then with the help of the experts, the 1,200 rules, if the rules are created. Okay, these are the 2 doctors we have met, and based on their opinion, 1,200 rule is created. Created? The first one, age is adolescent, high density lipoprotein low density lipoprotein optimal, physical weight is underweight, physical activity low effective. Then what would be the output? Low. So this can be obtained from the available data or from the experience. Okay, from the expert view, this is formulated. Okay, whatever we have made, this rules are incorporated in the MATLAB, where we frame this fuzzy rule system. You can see this. This is the ruler. You can fix, depends upon whether the age is 40, or if you can pull or push. Okay, so this is the ruler. So consider a patient whose age is 40, whose high density lipoprotein is 45, low density 135, body weight is 30.5, BMI, this is a BMI, physical activity is 60. Then what would be this health condition? Health condition is 0.7. Okay, so, and this is the surface viewer of 2 different inputs. Okay, actually this is the situation we have taken. Okay, a patient whose age is 40, the high density, low density lipoprotein, okay, body weight BMI and physical activity is taken, and we have also provided the corresponding membership grade, and combining them, it observed at the rule number 608, and this rule says this: he has the type 2 diabetes with a severe level. Okay, so from this, we can this system will help the patient in diagnosis of the disease, and it will also, we can also what is it, diagnose the disease early when no medical experts are available. As I said, in a rural area, no medical practitioners, I mean the doctor won't be available easily, and if you create such a system, they can go for the medical report and feed into the system and get the output. From this, they can make a call to the doctor and get the opinion, and based on his opinion, they can go ahead to get the medicine. Okay, this kind of the system very well be used. Here what you can do, here 1200 rules are created. So what one can do to get the optimum, so you can reduce the rule. One of my scholar is doing in reducing the rules. Okay, and at discrete mathematics you will also learn the logically equivalent. Okay, when the rules are logically equivalent, you can reduce them, but through the equivalence condition we can reduce the rules. One is the equivalence relation, and another one by the graph theoretical aspects or some other concepts you can incorporate here to reduce the 1200 rule into the some 100 or 200 rule. If you are able to reduce, then it is going to be the good work. Okay, this is one of the things. So interested people, you can also work it on it. So this is here you have done only the fuzzy inference system, along with the artificial neural network can also be classified. Okay, sorry, artificial neural network and fuzzy can be combined into the artificial uh, adaptive neuro fuzzy inference system. You can do this. Adaptive neuro fuzzy inference system can also be made. Okay, fine. So coming back to the COVID-19. So we know this, these are the symptoms. Most common symptoms we have fever, dry cough, tiredness, and the less common symptom is pains, sore throat, diarrhea. These are the less common symptoms, and the serious symptoms are difficulty in breathing, chest pain, or loss of speech or movement. These are the major input that you can take. This input can be classified, and then this can be combined, and then if you are able to give the consequences. So this consequences, I mean the output, which is really matter. So if you have any friend who is very good in diagnosing this from the medical field, you can create a system, and you can assess the people. Initially, this, and when the COVID was peak, we have got the kind of app from the Apollo that day, because people were panicked whether they have a COVID or not. They created that app, and whatever the input that you are giving, it fetched out that whether you have this level or you do not have a COVID or not. That they made. So that artificial intelligence system is done on the basis of this inference. So interested people, you can please work it out. So so many undergraduate students are there. Nowadays the UGC and all the officials are encouraging that undergraduate students should also go for the research. Okay, they are having a very good mind. They can think, and they can bring a lot of innovative ideas. Okay, my advice to all my students: please avoid of playing these games, online games. Instead, you can think uh, this kind of inference system, how the inference system can be combined, can be made. And also you should be good at the Python, the programming language. If you are good, and the mathematics, then really you can do wonders. Okay, thank you. And another one, as I said, the lot of risk factors are there. The government, though we have lot of restriction is there, no relaxation were there in the lockdown, and all the state governments were instructed by the central government that, so you can analyze the risk factors of the COVID, and based on it you can take a decision in relaxing a thing. So now we got a little bit of relaxation from the this complete lockdown. And how they've analyzed, so many risk factors are there, isn't it? So many risk factors are there, but here we are analyzing the risk factors of the COVID-19. So many risk factors are there. Among them, what would be the maximum the influencing risk factors are there, that influencing factors that we are going to find it out. And risk factors in the sense that I'm viewing as the alternatives. So many alternatives are there. From this, how one can determine the most influencing alternatives. through this inference system. I mean, through this decision making system. Okay, fine. So this decision making system is multi-criteria decision making techniques. Okay, so of course, as I said, we are all confused in taking a decision. So what to take? Okay, so when you take a decision, you need to understand this 7 parameters. Okay, so identify your goal. So what is your goal? Okay, and identify, that means is the decision, and gather the information about it. Okay, and identify the alternatives. What are the alternatives? Okay, you can give the weightage to the evidence, choose among the alternatives, you can take action. Suppose you are interested in buying a mobile phone, you have a plenty of choices are there. Apple, Nokia, Vivo, so many choices are there. So among them, what you can go for it? The mobile phones are the alternatives. And also, if you look at in terms of the features are the criterion. Someone would look at the camera quality, and then the capacity, screen, the what is it, the looking, size, everything will be looked. You will be viewing. That is nothing but the criteria. Okay. So the first thing, you need to identify your goal, and then you have to collect your alternatives, and then criterion, and you can with the expert's opinion, you can give the weightage for it, and with the proper modeling, you can take a decision. Fine. This decision making is classified into two. One is multi-objective and multi-attribute decision making. So multi-objective is all the linear programming problem comes under the multi-objective. This is for the continuous case, whereas multi-attribute is the discrete case. So only we will be learning this discrete case. So many multi-attribute decision making models are there, in which we are going to deal the VCAR techniques. Okay. Okay, so this method was proposed by Aubrey in the year 1998. Actually, he did this work for his doctoral degree. Okay, so this goes like this. The first thing is, you need to find the relationship between the alternatives and the criteria. You need to give the relationship between the alternative criteria. This is the decision matrix. This vector is the weighted vector for the criterion. Okay, and then after making this would be our input, and then we will be finding the best and worst indexes, and we will also be finding S and R indexes. This is the majority rule, maximum majority rule, and the regretted. R is the individual regret of the opponent. Using this, we will be making this Q. Combining this S and R will give the index Q. Okay, we will defalsify them, and from the and rank them. Those who got the less value will be given the ranking 1. Okay, this is what the VCAR techniques. Actually, this VCAR entropy system was designed by my scholar. Okay, so the first thing, you need to identify the alternatives and the criteria, and how many decision maker that you are going to involve. Okay, so even if you want to buy a phone, you will ask your friends. Definitely in our class, a person who would be there, whether he's very good at academics or not, apart from the academics, he would be very good in dealing such things. Definitely you can see such people. Okay, so definitely they have a vivid knowledge on that particular. Okay, they are the decision maker actually. One who knows the concepts, one who knows the particular thing, who are the expert, who are the decision maker. Okay, and then we will frame a decision matrices. Okay, we will find the relationship between the alternatives and criteria, and also you will find out the weighted vector for the criteria. Okay, and sometimes the available information is not there. When the information is not there, you cannot give the numeral value for the relationship between the variables. Okay, so in this case, you can give in terms of the linguistic terms. Okay, you may also ask, how is this particular phone? They would say no enough informations are there. They would say, hey, this mobile phone is very good. You would say, instead of giving the numeral value, that fellow expressed about the phone, very good. The camera quality of the phone is very good, but he do not know the pixel or how the quality that cannot be expressed in terms of the numeral values. Okay, and that kind of situation can be expressed in terms of linguistic term. That linguistic terms are given a value by your fuzzy numbers. Okay, that's the idea you need to understand. So after designing as matrices, linguistic matrices, convert this matrix into the triangular, but here my scholar used intuitionistic fuzzy matrices. okay, fuzzy numbers. And after making that, normalize it. So whenever you do something, when you have a data, the data should be normalized. The normalization can be done, to bring the data into the particular interval. Okay, so that's what. So she did a normalization, and then the weighted normalized matrix is obtained by multiplying normalized matrix along with your weighted one. And then using this accuracy function, she obtained the defuzzify value, determine the entropy. As I said, the entropy will measure you how far the set is fuzzy. Okay, and then objective and subjective two weights are there. The subjective weight is nothing but the one's opinion. As I said, this person gives the opinion about the camera quality of the particular phone is very good. That is the subjective weight. Whereas the objective weight can be obtained by the mathematically numeral way we can obtain. Okay, so determine the entropy value and objective weights of the defussified matrix, and then we determine the best and worst criteria depending on the beneficial and cost category, and we determine the QI, SI, and RI value. So from this we can make a decision. Okay, so here to check whether the validity of the output, so different parameter value would be taken, and whether the results same or not. So that is nothing but your sensitivity analysis. Okay, so here these are the alternatives. These are the risk factors. Comorbidity, this is a person with more than one health issue. Okay, crowded areas, close physical contact with the infected person, chronic disease. So these are the risk factors that we have taken. These are the alternatives. The criteria are the people: infant, children, teenager, adult, and elder. These are the criteria are taken. So we find the relationship between them through the linguistic terms, and that linguistic term is represented in terms of the matrix, triangular matrix. This is the triangular intuitional secrecy number. And here consider there are three experts, two medical practitioners, the person who works in the government, in the hospital sectors, can be combined. I'll be taking another 5 minutes, last 5 minutes. Okay, and then we combined this decision matrix. These are the two decision matrices are combined, and we defussified it after obtaining the weighted matrix through the entropy, and we also find the entropy weight and then best and worst solution. This, what is it, maximum majority rule, and then regret of opponent. These two are combined through the QI. Okay, and finally this is the output we obtain. And if you look at this Vicar would give you those value gets the less, would give the ranking 1. So A2 has obtained 0, and A3 has got 0.081. This is a ranking 2. 0.37 is 3. Like this, we are giving a ranking by keeping some different value of this B. Okay, by doing the different value of the C, still the ranking shows the same thing. So from this, it is observed that the crowded areas, okay, the maximum risk factor is crowded areas, close and physical contact with the infected persons. Okay, and then easily, excuse me 1 minute. Okay, actually there were no charger at my laptop. Okay, thank you. And then easily separable circumstances, non-uses of mask and the sanitizer. So these are the major risk factors. This is what we always advised by the government, that so please don't go to the crowded place and don't have the physical contact with the infected person. These are the major risk factors of this COVID-19. If you are try to follow those two, then definitely we can overcome this. Okay. And prevention, and everybody knows, and every day at newspaper and TV, we are getting a lot of information from the government, and if we really follow that, we definitely overcome this. And at fun aspects, you might have been said by your friends that, and if you drink, the COVID would not at all touch you. But it is not so. Drinking alcohol does not cure or prevent COVID-19. In fact, drinking alcohol can weaken your immune system. It is recommended that adults limit their alcohol intake to stay healthy. Okay, this is what I would like to tell you. And the current trends, so many things are there at the fuzzy sets, fuzzy optimization. fuzzy clustering, fuzzy implication. So that's what we have done, the implication, inference system, artificial fuzzy neural network. Okay, so applications of fuzzy logic in neural computer networking, data mining, knowledge management, inference system with the extended version of fuzzy sets, and other decision analysis also there. Okay, so these are the current trends. Interested people, you can work it out. And for this talk, I've used these are the references. And I hope this apple is tasty, and happy to answer your questions. If you have a question, you can ask me. Thank you so much.
Sir, thank you for your valuable information. And now the next 10 minutes will be the query session. So the participants can clear your doubts regarding the topic through the comment box.
Yes.
Sir, I read out the questions in the chat box on behalf of the students who had posted the question. The first question is, what is the software used to get picture to analyze the problem easily?
For this particular, we have used MATLAB. So MATLAB you can use. And but so far, the fuzzy sets and soft computing, this MATLAB tool was used, but it is not a free package. We have the pre-packaged Scilab Sage, and if you are good that, you can also use it. Okay, but I would advise you can go for the MATLAB, because already the default program is there. Okay, MATLAB. Okay, I would advise you, please, as I said, please learn any programming language. So my dear students, after your masters, you should do, the data scientists are really needed. Okay, so if you are good at your mathematical knowledge as well as the programming skills, definitely you can do wonder. You can have a lot of package. Okay, so please, now itself you start to learn Python. Okay, and good at statistics as well.
Shall I move to the next question, sir?
Yeah.
If fuzzy model can be applied in real life situation is the second question, sir.
Yes, that's what we have seen.
Okay, sir.
In all
Next
the situation, in all the scenarios, as I said, we are not in the world of exactness. Okay, so we are trying to be better approximation. So better. So nothing is the best.
Okay, sir. So the third question is that possible to apply it in women's issues, sir?
Of course, and so many social problems are there. To deal all sort of social problems, the fuzzy models are very well used. Plenty of works are there, and we have also done a work on the social related.
The next question is, other than clinical trial, where can we use decision support system effectively?
And one of my scholars was given a work to find out the nature calamity, okay, and the solid waste management, and even for agriculture, you can create a system for the agriculture, and when at what time the particular crops can be sowed, okay, to increase the maximum amount of the crops. What are the thing can be done? Okay, so such system can also be framed for agriculture, natural calamity, climate change, everything. We can do this. Definitely, we can do that.
The next question is, what are the recent development in decision support systems, sir?
Yes, the recent development is machine learning. Okay, so the current trend is machine learning. So my dear students, and if you're really good at linear algebra, probability theory, multivariable calculus, definitely you can do wonders. Okay, so artificial neural network, machine learning, and deep learning are the current trends. So where the people are working, what are the things that we have discussed, the fuzzy sets, everything are incorporated in the decision making in the machine learning. Okay, for machine learning, please go.
Next question is, what is the role of decision support system in clinical trial?
Yeah, that's what we have said.
Okay, sir. How do nomograms and machine learning algorithms of severity risk prediction and triage of COVID-19 patients at hospital admission to perform, sir?
I'm not good at machine learning. I should not talk about it. So they can learn machine learning. I will also learn, but before I was coming, I've gone through a paper on machine learning, but it was interesting to go ahead. In future, I plan to do this machine learning.
Okay, sir. Or all countries follow the same COVID-19 decision support tool, sir?
No, not at all. It varies person to person. That's what I said in the beginning itself. As I said, it varies person to person. Suppose I'm taking a particular, expert's opinion. If I go for some other opinion, it varies. But the input parameter that we are taking, it completely changes to the country to the country. But our immune system compared to the Indian immune system, other countries are not that much. So we are good in terms of the immune system. Definitely, the parameter would vary. So when you design a system, you should look at the input parameter, whether this input parameters is applicable for that particular country. Okay, it varies. Definitely, it varies to place and person to person.
I hope I read all the questions. So let's conclude the session. Now it's time to thank our resource person. I hereby call upon S.S. Rukmani from 3rd BSc Mathematics to deliver the vote of thanks.
Assistant Professor, School of Advanced Sciences, Department of Mathematics, Vellore Institute of Technology for gracing the workshop and giving us knowledge and tips about decision support system for COVID-19. If time is gold, then today you have spent your millions for us. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to extend our thanks to the MAK Balakrishnan, sir, Chairman and Managing Trustee, Krishnaswamy Educational Trust. Our hearty thanks to Shri KBK Rajmohan, sir, Shri KB Arun, sir, Shri KB Krishnanand, sir, Directors and Trustees, Krishnaswamy Educational Trust. I would like to extend our special thanks to Dr. R. Revati ma'am, Dean, Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women, and to Dr. Anita Rajendran ma'am, Principal, Shri Krishnaswamy College for Women. I also thank Dr. J. Radha ma'am, IQAC Coordinator and Head of PG Department of Commerce, and to Dr. R. Esther Felicia ma'am, Head of the Department, Mathematics, for organizing this workshop. I'd also thank our department faculties for their contribution and guidance. Last but not the least, I thank all the participants for your presence, cooperation, and for making this workshop a great success. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rukmani.
Thanks.
Thank you for all the
Thanks a lot for your
participants.
session, Rukmini.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
for all the participants for making the event a grand success. Thank you once again all. Kindly leave your feedback through the feedback link which is provided in the chat box and in the WhatsApp group. Hope expecting all your presence for the second day workshop and support us to make the session a successful. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Can I leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, my dear students. Nicely you organized those students. Good.